So, you clicked on this video because you saw the title, and you might be thinking to yourself, this is clickbait garbage. Well, you would be wrong, because Wizard101 is the best MMO out there, because there is none like it. Now, don't get me wrong, is it the best MMO of all time? Absolutely not. But since there is no other MMO like Wizard101, the game kinda stands on its own category among MMO games. And what category is that? Well, it's an MMO card game. Yeah, that's what it is. It's an MMO card game. And I'm not talking about card games like Hearthstone, Magic the Gathering Arena, Yu-Gi-Oh, or whatever other card games you might think of. I'm talking about a deck building game with turn-based combat. It's 3D, camera over the shoulder style, like say World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy. Boom, 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 boom. Now, before I made this video, I actually did some pretty extensive research if there was anything similar to Wizard101 out there. While there are some games that have some similarities, most of them I found were shut down projects or games that shared some minuscule similarity to Wizard101 and were not actually that similar, neither in gameplay or concept. It seems that the standardized way of incorporating card games into video games the past few years is either a dueling style game, like again Hearthstone or MTG or whatever, or you will get a more roguelike experience, like a roguelike deck building game, say Slay the Spire, Balatro, Inscription, Monster Train, Across the Obelisk. Yeah, there's so many, you get the gist. Hard roguelikes. You've seen them, you've probably played them. And there's another somewhat, I won't say new, but maybe it's trending way of incorporating cards, and that's through a upgrade system. Usually you see this in FPS games, where you get cards and then you rip them, or some wacky animation plays and you get a crazy cool buff. It's so cool, but yeah, it's not really that cool. And it's just, extra fluff. Fun fact actually, do you guys know Digital Extremes? The game developer that developed Warframe. They made such a shooter, a card game hero shooter, years ago. It was called The Amazing Eternals, and this was a, again, hero shooter incorporating cards as buffs, and they completely flopped the idea. They scrapped that so fast. But either way, none of the examples I just talked about come anywhere close to being like Wizard101. The only thing similar to Wizard101 would be Pirate101, which is a game from the same developer as Wizard101. But Pirate101 isn't really a card game MMO like Wizard101. So, 1. I'm not counting it because it's the same developer, and 2. It's not really that similar in gameplay at all. Mostly aesthetics because they basically reuse their asset. So, no one is actually talking about this card game MMO monopoly that the Wizard101 is holding. Maybe because there's no reason to it, but here I am. And hey, I'm not gonna go ahead and promote Wizard101 and say it's an amazing game you should download now and play for free. It kinda isn't that great. And it has its ups and it has its downs. It came out 2008 and it's still going on today, which is pretty impressive considering how many games have flopped and lived, especially MMO wise. How many games have just died over the years and not succeeded, and their player base just dissipated, basically. And don't get me wrong, I think the game, personally, is really enjoyable and fun, basically whenever I try it and play it again. But we'll talk a bit more of that later. Bum bum. Bum bum. For being a game advertised to kids, Wizard101 sports a subscription pay-to-play model. Something like World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy XIV, as insert other named games with subscription models. And it has a, I'm going to say it, extremely predatory cash shop, which offers a lot of items for premium currency. Not mentioning that a lot of the cash shop items usually are acquired through in-game means. I'm referring to some gear types that drop from enemies or just the purchase of gold, which is the in-game currency that you get pretty damn easily, but not as easy in the earlier levels, so it might seem that it's a hard currency to get initially, but it becomes easier the more you play. Oh, I haven't even mentioned the card packs. The card packs are, well, they're exactly what they sound like. Card pack. You open them and you get 5 different cards from a huge list of potential items, and that's it. Now, it doesn't really say what the chances are to get a specific item, so either it's a equal chance to get everything, well, equally, or they are not disclaiming a drop chance, which is even more messed up. But yes, as you can tell, the card packs are basically gambling. And you're basically gambling for whatever the card pack has inside of it. Oh, I didn't even mention. Let me tell you that there are a lot of different card packs. Unless I was wrong when I was counting, I counted up to 41 different card packs. Say I'm wrong. Say I miscounted and there are 30. That's still way too many. I'd even say 10 different card packs would be too much. And all of these card packs, let me tell you, they usually contain different things. And I'm not gonna go through every single card pack because a lot of them have more than 20 pages of items to look through. So you're looking at maybe, say, hundreds of items for one card pack. But you get my gist, right? It's a heck ton of items and it's a lot of card packs. And like any other card pack or Gamba influenced item, they are addictive. I would know, and so would many others. Just look at any other Wizard review. People talk about the cash shop and they talk about these card packs being somewhat predatory and addictive, especially when there's a younger audience. Oh, and I didn't mention this, but the card packs, they cost premium currency. So you're actually paying real money to gamble for virtual items. Yes, we love that! There are also a few ways of getting free premium currency through basically free slave labor of watching ads and answering quizzes. But you just get a fraction of premium currency that you even need to buy a single item for. So I don't really think a lot of people are doing these, if any at all. Bum 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 bum. Now, I didn't really know where in the video to put this part, so I'm just gonna put it right after the premium currency talk. So, if you want to buy the premium currency, you can of course do that. They're gladly gonna take your money. But there's a tiny little problem if you live outside the US. Or at least in Europe, like it in my case. You gotta pay tax! Yes! I love tax! Nah, but for real, why am I paying US tax? I don't want to sound like the Europeans don't pay tax. But for real, it's a 25% taxation rate for any purchase. Jesus Christ, 25%. My $25 purchase just became $32. What in the... So yeah, that's that. I just want to talk about that real quick because that's kind of crazy. Bum, 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 bum. To start off, I've been yapping about somewhat bad aspects of the game so far. But I have yet to talk about the actual great stuff. And that is the gameplay, in my opinion. Now, this is a niche game, all in all. You gotta kinda like both card games and turn-based games. Usually these go hand in hand, but you get me. You also gotta be a fan of fantasy and somewhat wacky and cartoony characters and concepts. This game is absolutely not for everyone. And I've realized this because none of my friends want to play this with me. But there's a charm in it. The gameplay, as I mentioned, is turn-based, and you get to use cards. But the coolest thing is that your cards come to life, as you've probably seen in the background of the video. And not only that, but every wizard in Wizard101 belongs to a school. Yes, it's just like Harry Potter. You get to pick a school, or you get a school given to you. There are 7 schools, and these are Fire, Ice, Storm, Life, Myth, Death, and Balance. At the first glance, you might think that these are just for aesthetics or for taste or whatever. But in reality, these 7 different schools serve as Wizard101's classes. Yes, just like any other class would have a tank, fighter, mage, druid, rogue, whatever, the same goes for these schools. And all of them have their unique playstyles that in reality is not at all apparent when you start the game or you get a school. This is not told at all that, say for example, Fire does big damage but isn't that tanky, whilst Ice does low damage but is extremely tanky. I'm not gonna go in depth into these classes because I am not that knowledgeable, nor is this that sort of a video. I only know about these classes because I've watched an extensive amount of videos on classes, guides, tier lists, just to understand what the hell is going on in this 2008 MMO meant for children, but it seems like rocket science because I just don't get it. Okay, that's taking it a bit far, but the game does have some poor communications about several parts of the game. Cash shop. Pets are crazy. Where was I? Ah yes, the gameplay. The gameplay is fun. It looks cool and it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. The game is also pretty easy up until you get past a few of the initial worlds.
Oh, wait, stop! Where are you going?
What?
You cannot get past the first world without paying the premium subscription model fee and then playing the game.
Okay. Here you are. Here you go. Here's my credit card. What? What? Sorry, where was I? Ah, yes. So, the game gets a bit more intense and hard when you get into the second and third world. If you aren't doing side quests or leveling in any other sort of way, you might have to find some help from the matchmaking feature, which all in all is actually a pretty good feature. Even if you do side quests and are up to level or even over leveled, you still might have to team up with others and sometimes get carried by max level characters, and they are very keen. These guys are really keen on showing off their crazy max level spells. I'll tell you, watch out for level 170, okay? These guys are creepy. No, sorry, what? As I say, sometimes you get max level people and they just one-shot a dungeon and then, they're over pretty damn quick. Sometimes that's appreciated, sometimes it does take away from the experience. So I do usually enjoy when people are on my level to the dungeon with me. It feels more the right way to play it. Dun. Why did I even add this part to the script? I've been skipping everything story related. I know nothing. Dun. So, like any other MMO, there is a lot to do in this game besides fighting evil guys and questing, or side questing. I'm just gonna list these things right off. You got things like fishing, gardening, monster card collecting, crafting, tons of events, pet activities, and even more events. I mean, there's a lot to do. I haven't played the whole game. I actually don't know how much there is to do in reality. But there is obviously almost 20 years of MMO here. There is a lot to do. And I mean, a lot to do. Bum. Right, so here we are at the end of this video. I mean, it's been a ride, I'll be honest. I've actually had a blast recording this too. And honestly, Wizard101, in my opinion, is still a great game if it's a game for you, right? If it's for you, you'll like it. And if it's not, obviously you're not even gonna try to play this. But still, it's the one-of-a-kind MMO card game that you will actually not find anywhere else, or anything similar to it. If you do, you let me know. You let me know. Either way, guys, that's all for me. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. And let's chat in the comments, you know? You guys think there's ever gonna be a similar game to Wizard101 that's not Wizard101? You think there'll be a Wizard101 too? Wizard 202? Let's chat. You know, I'd love to hear your thoughts and hear from you. But I've been your host, Rune Panel. You can just call me Rude. Come on, guys, we're friends. Just call me Rune. Skip the panel. Call me Rude. And I will see you in the next video.